child of the instant. I found this expression in the world of the Sufi tradition. This undoubtedly indicates that they are located in the present of God without being concerned with either yesterday or tomorrow. And this present is none other than the resonance of the unity of life here and now. If the Sufi is indeed the child of the instant, he must in the same way, specifies the tradition, be the child of the event. That is to say that he must adhere totally to what is and safeguard both the individual soul, his own presence, and the universal soul, the presence in creation seemingly external to him. Nowadays, the filiation in and through the present moment is more and more foreign to us. Man no longer contemplates, or does so rarely. He lives submerged under a flood of information without structures. He thinks too much and poorly, and goes around in circles in the labyrinth of the mind. Man expects a solution to the distress of the present from the future. He projects himself later and elsewhere. If you can't find the truth where you are, where do you hope to find it? Asks Master Dogen. In the place where I am now, who is there? Who am I right now? Through all my characters, who remains? Remain the child of the instant. Child means that I'm begotten by this moment, and in fact nothing other than this moment can beget me into life. Hence the importance in all traditions of vigilance, which is proportional to relaxation, possible thanks to our presence in the body. The art of being in the present moment is a begetting into life. This is the passage, Pasqua, the narrow way which Christ speaks of, and few there are who find it, he adds, especially in a world where distraction is set up as a survival system. In fact, man is what he is, and in Christianity, his vocation is to give thanks at all times and in all places. This vocation is inscribed in us. However, man remains free to say no to this vocation, to constantly stifle this energy of joy which inhabits him as soon as he praises and gives thanks. We are created in the image of God, who breathes in us his breath of life, his breath of joy. Adonai Elohim forms the dust of the earth, Adam. He breathes life into his nostrils, and it is the dust of the earth, a living being. Genesis 2:7. God breathes his breath. This breath is the Spirit of God. His image and the dust of the earth becomes a living being, that is to say, capable of entering into a relationship with God through his Spirit, or through his essential being, according to Durkheim's terminology. To be alive in this sense is to fulfill our vocation, to become God by grace. This is the main theme of deification in our tradition. It is at the heart of our spirituality. Being alive is a movement and a metamorphosis, a transformation in the presence of God. to use the Benedictine expression which describes the purpose of all spiritual evolution. Man is an animal whose vocation is to accomplish the path of the union of the created and the uncreated by the power of love received in his nostrils from Adonai Elohim. This breath engenders us to our vocation at every moment. It is therefore truly to become Son of God, Child of God, or child of the instant, the only moment where that encounter can happen. As we have already pointed out, vigilance is proportional to bodily relaxation, and there is no relaxation without immersion in bodily sensation. This is the importance of perception, whether auditory, visual, sensitive. This is the way which leads to God, opened by perception and not by discursive thought. God is present, but our senses are absent. They have eyes, but they do not see, ears, but they do not hear, says Jesus. One of the gateways to the kingdom of heaven, which we must seek first, says Jesus, is the body. However, our body and our soul are inseparable. The body without the soul can achieve nothing, says Nicholas Stephatos. The body needs the soul to live and move, while the soul needs the body to manifest, express itself, and act on the outside world, adds St. Gregory of Nyssa. It is therefore body, soul, and spirit, that is to say, with all his heart, that man accomplishes his path of life and connects himself to God, to himself, to others, and to the whole community, creation. The way of being there, in the body, affirms or not the living link which connects me to God and to the mysterious depth of his presence in me. God is embodied in us in a unique and irreplaceable way. The person we are in God is irreducible. It contains all of nature, created in a unique way, and gives it all its scope and unfoldment. It is a work of beauty called divine glory, and this work is us. We are therefore an incomparable creation, called to communion with other incomparable persons in the unity of our human nature restored by Christ. It is the union of unique people in one nature, like the divine Trinity. Blessed be the Holy Trinity, the indivisible unity, eternal, immortal, invisible, to which be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen. This is how the Orthodox liturgy begins. It is in this blessing that everything makes sense and that our life unfolds.